The government knew and they buried the evidence. This video reveals what they didn't want you to see in the UFO files: declassified, suppressed, and now exposed. UFO files are not science fiction. They are real government documents, classified reports, military logs, and pilot testimonies, locked away for decades. They contain documented incidents of unidentified aerial phenomena that powerful governments chose to suppress. The suppression has been systematic and deliberate for over 70 years of silence. Beginning with the Roswell incident in 1947, coordinated procedures were developed to intercept, classify, and discredit UAP reports. Witnesses were silenced, and evidence went missing. The evidence is real. Thousands of pages, released under the Freedom of Information Act, reveal pilot testimonies describing craft with no wings, no exhaust, and no sound, accelerating to supersonic speeds. Over 156,000 declassified pages have been released, with thousands of military pilot reports on record. In 1952, objects that defied physics were tracked over Washington, D.C. by multiple radar stations. They made instant 90-degree turns and vanished. Despite identical reports from air traffic controllers, the official explanation was a, quote, temperature inversion, and the radar tapes were sealed. Witness testimonies confirm what was suppressed. Commercial airline pilots, Air Force veterans, and naval aviators reported objects that matched no known aircraft profile. They saw it, they reported it, and they were silenced. This pattern across decades and countries is not coincidence, it is documentation. This is the footage the Pentagon tried to classify. In 2017, the New York Times published 3 videos, FLIR-1, Gimbal, and GOFAST, showing objects exhibiting capabilities no human technology could explain. The DoD confirmed their authenticity, forcing an acknowledgement of these encounters. Witness accounts from Roswell describe calls for child-sized caskets and bodies not of human proportion. Individuals like mortician Glenn Dennis and nurse Naomi Marie Self, who performed autopsies, were silenced. Sheriff George Wilcox was told to forget it ever happened or face consequences. The Roswell, New Mexico crash in 1947 changed everything. The initial press release confirming the recovery of a, quote, flying disc was retracted within hours and replaced with a, quote, weather balloon story. Witnesses described wreckage that was unlike any material they had ever encountered. The fastest cover-up in military history occurred within 24 hours of the initial Roswell press release. Evidence was confiscated, and media coverage was managed. This level of response, including 4-star generals and armed convoys, confirms that more than a weather balloon crash occurred. The Rendlesham Forest incident in 1980 is the incident Britain buried. U.S. Air Force personnel encountered a craft that defied rational explanation. Lights descended, a craft landed, and military men touched it. Both governments chose silence, a silence broken by those who refused to stay quiet. Staff Sergeant Jim Peniston was the first to make direct contact at Rendlesham. He described a triangular craft, warm to the touch, and experienced a, quote, download sensation. His notebook sketches, decoded later, contained geographic coordinates pointing to the site of a lost Atlantis civilization. The British Ministry of Defence's official memorandum, written by Lieutenant Colonel Charles Halt, admitted everything. It confirmed military sightings, physical landing marks, and high-level radiation readings. Despite the evidence, the official response was no defense significance. They didn't just hide it, they built a machine to hide it. Operations like Project Blue Book, Project Sign, and Majestic 12 were established. Their actual function was containment, discrediting researchers and journalists who got too close. The pattern is documented operational procedure. There was a human cost to disclosure. Senior UAP researchers and whistleblowers faced disputed deaths, including Dr. James McDonald, Philip Schneider, and Milton William Cooper. These men are not statistics. They represent the human cost of speaking up. After 7 decades, we still lack official answers to fundamental questions. What was retrieved at Roswell? What is the full scope of the containment program? And what is in the UAP files that remain classified and hidden today? In 2023, former intelligence official David Grush testified under oath that the U.S. government possesses non-human craft and biological remains. Even elected senators were denied access to classified UAP programs, despite having the legal authority for oversight. The files exist, the testimonies exist, and the records exist. The question now is yours. Will you accept the silence or demand the answer? History is written by those who control the records, but sometimes the records survive.